President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner is on his way to Iraq. Officials in the White House and Iraq confirmed the trip to CBS News. Kushner is traveling ahead of the president's meetings this week with 3 foreign leaders, including China's president. Mr. Trump said in a weekend interview that if China does not crack down on North Korea's nuclear program, the United States would do it alone. Major Garrett is at the White House. Major, good morning.
Good morning. Increasingly, if it is a foreign policy meeting or trip that President Trump really cares about, Jared Kushner is going to be there. What he lacks in experience, he more than makes up for in trust and loyalty. And that's made Kushner's foreign policy portfolio larger than anyone else's in this new White House. Senior advisor Jared Kushner is making his unannounced visit to Iraq with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joseph Dunford. Dunford is the principal military advisor to the president and defense secretary. Kushner is not the first Trump administration official to visit the country. Defense Secretary Mattis made an unannounced trip to Iraq in February. President Trump has repeatedly leaned on his son-in-law to shape the administration's foreign policy.
Your soldiers are fighting hard.
Kushner was at the table last month when President Trump met with the Iraqi Prime Minister at the White House. The president has tasked Kushner to help broker a peace deal between Israel and the Palestinians. And he has been front and center during visits by the Israeli and Japanese prime ministers.
He trusts his son-in-law.
Anita McBride, former chief of staff to Laura Bush, says the 36-year-old Kushner has broad influence.
His expanding role is something that is indicative of, obviously, the deep level of trust that the president puts in him to be an innovator and to come up with different ideas.
This week, Mr. Trump will meet with 3 foreign leaders, beginning this morning with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, then Jordan's King Abdullah on Wednesday, and Chinese President Xi Jinping on Thursday and Friday at Mar-a-Lago, a 25-hour-long summit that Kushner has been shaping. Recent North Korean provocations will be at the center of talks with China. In an interview with the Financial Times, President Trump said, quote, "If China is not going to solve North Korea, we will." Kushner's role in domestic policy is substantial as well. He's been known to run economic meetings convened by the president, speaking largely while the president looks on approvingly. His wife Ivanka, also a domestic policy force within this White House. And on Friday, according to financial disclosure forms released by the White House, the two have combined assets of between $240 million and $714 million. Both, Nora, remain beneficiaries of their real estate and investment businesses.
All right, Major, thank you so much.